how does it impact your family and business relationships when you
Oh,
are building on all areas on this solid stone?
okay. So let me give an example. So Jesus is at the wedding in Canaan, and the woman is constantly coming up to him and saying, "Well, if I could get my husband to do this, this is that," and Jesus looked at the woman and he said, "And ma'am, what can I do for you?" And she, but my husband, he is this irate. Da, da, da." And then Jesus calmly said, "And ma'am, what can I do for you?" Finally, the third time, she shuts up. And he tells her that you're all wrapped up in the drama of the day and you're not needing to get done. How many of you think that your life would be better if you got your significant other to do exactly what you want them to do? Do you know one of the most, I used to dance off Broadway years ago in the 70s and 80s. One of the most famous shows that was off Broadway that ran with 4 actors. It was 2 couples. And the title of the movie was I Love You, Now Change. That was a very long running couple decades ran off Broadway. People laughed and laughed and laughed, but it's so true. It's so true. Again, with this lady we were talking to yesterday, that was exactly what's happened to us. You know, we fall in love with people for a certain reason. And lo and behold, a lot of times we forget why we walk down the aisle with that person. You see, you sometimes fall in love with somebody because the strength that they have inhibited, right? That they demonstrated, right? But if you're a person not very grounded, if you're a needy kind of person, maybe victim kind of person, and you're kind of a control freak or a manipulator, and all these go together in that same character, then you might decide that you don't want that person to be the person you fall in love with anymore. And for some reason, you got some morbid idea that God gave you the permission to change that person. And I'm sorry to tell you, he does not. And you are breaking spiritual law 101 by even attempting to do that. Now, let me show you a better way. A better way is what this question's all about. It's what it's rooted in. If you change you enough, and the 45 days challenge is the beginning, put ego where it's supposed to go on the shelf. When I had a freestanding building in the 80s, on the capture, it would say Tai Chi Gong, and underneath it would say, leave your ego at the door, please. Lao Tzu says, you come to me and you want truth and your cup's filled up. How can I fill it? You must empty your cup, and only then can I fill it up. You change you enough, you can't believe how much they're going to change in a way that God the Father will do for you that you would not have been able to do yourself. He will bless you. He will, if you believe in God, if you really say you believe in God, then you have to trust that through you, they will change. Through your actions, through your commitment to him, to you shifting to only believe in his cornerstone, give all glory and praise to him on every breath that you have and every action that you take. And that child that's suffering from that addiction, they'll change. That husband that's running around, whoring around, looking at other women on the internet, they'll change. Watch what will happen. They will change or they will get out because they won't be able to stand the holy fire that God is going to put through you as you're going through second birth. They either get cleansed and purified, or they got to get away from the fire. Remember, this is very important. When Moses walked some top of Mount Sinai, isn't it very interesting that only Moses saw the burning bush? Think about that for a minute. Ask yourself why. Well, the obvious question is, of all the Israelites there, and remember, he was Israelite by blood, but he was raised by Egyptians. Think about this for a second. Israelite by blood, but raised by Egyptians, right? He's the only one to do that. Do you know of all the stories in the Bible, including the crucifixion and the resurrection, the least disputed moment in the Bible is Moses hearing, "I am that I am"? This is the least disputed incident in the whole Bible. Even Christ's birth is disputed more than this moment. You have to ask yourself, there were no witnesses, and why? I'm going to tell you why. I'm glad you asked. Because God the Father saw it to be so. His power, he made sure that that story would carry on for millenniums. Millenniums, right? And it has. What happens when you change and you turn your life over to God the Father? Anybody close to you in your world, they have to change, or they can't handle the heat.